Do you like setting people on fire? Because I know I do. And that's what today's Fallout 76 build is all about. What up? It's the meatball from Awkward and Hunger Force here.
Bible.
This is the Bible.
You question the words of the mighty Jimmy?
No, I'm reading.
And today we're going to talk about a new build I've been using. While we wait for the Fallout 76 update in December. Because, you know, it couldn't just come out already. This build does have a few prerequisites. All you really need though is power armor and the holy fire. That's it. You know, I mean, I would say it's easy to get, but it took me a while to get those, so, you know. Let's go over the power armor real quick. Power armor doesn't need to be anything specific. I prefer excavator armor because, you know, that's a nice fat old storage upgrade on you. But you don't need anything specific. You can go in T45, T60, whatever you feel like, whatever you have. I just prefer excavator because I am a fat boy and I need all the weight I can have. So, yeah, using the word boy, but I can't say bitch on YouTube. I just said the word motherfucker. Anyway, midlife crisis over. After you get your power armor of choice, all you need to do afterwards is get the Holy Fire. The Holy Fire is a unique, legendary flamethrower. God, say that 5 times fast. You get it from the Beast of Burn event, which happens randomly. So you have a random shot at getting it, and on top of that, there's other rewards that you could get, so good luck with that, by the way. On the bright side, players do sell it. It's very expensive in their shops usually, but, you know, I've found some decent deals, like 2,000 caps for it. Which, yeah, that's a lot for a weapon, but the Holy Fire is it's a beast. You'll see here in a minute. Now, after you get your power armor and your Holy Fire, you have skills you have to worry about, and these skills can vary depending on how you play. The beauty of this build is just like my other build I did, which you should go watch, by the way, link in description, in that it's very flexible. Are you a full health build? Hey, well then do a full health thing. Hey, you're a bloody build? Do a bloody thing. I use a bloody build for this because I just do insane amounts of damage, but a full health build will probably benefit a little better. Now, I'll be talking about the bloody build because that's the one I do, but I will talk about a full health version at the end of the video, so that way both parties don't try to kill me while I'm sleeping. Get it? Got it? Good, let's go. I'm going to show my general build on screen now. The only legendary perk cards I have is for Charisma. I have a tier 1, so that gives me 1 bonus point in Charisma, which is not that much, so we really don't need a whole lot here. I would recommend that extra point though, because it makes your life a lot easier. Another beautiful thing about this build is that you don't need a whole lot. I will go over some of the perk cards that you do need, but overall you don't need all the perk cards I have. This is just what I use to make your life easier, so that way you don't have to figure everything out on your own. Starting with batteries included. Batteries included reduces your energy ammo rate, and guess what? Fuel is considered energy ammo, and fuel can weigh a lot sometimes. Batteries included literally makes ammo go from hundreds of pounds to like 4 or 5, so yeah, it is very necessary. And as a bonus point, if you use another energy ammo weapon, it reduces that ammo as well, meaning that you don't need another perk card to reduce ammo rate. That was a lot of words in one sentence, Jesus Christ. After that, you're going to want all the heavy gunner perk cards. Yeah, this is a given because at the end of the day, a flamethrower is a heavy gun, aka a big boy gun, and you know, big boy guns need big boy damage. If you're going to do big boy damage, you're going to need the big boy perk cards. Because if you don't have the big boy perk cards, you can't do the big boy damage. Got it? After you got those, all you really need after is Adrenaline and Nerd Rage. Again, this is for the bloody build. Later on, we'll go over the healthy build. But for the bloody, you need Nerd Rage. I mean, that's an obvious one. Don't need to really point that one out to you. And Adrenaline is literally damage for just committing mass genocide. So, yeah, it's a nice perk card to have. Now, before we end the skill part off, let's go over the healthy build options. Just so that way everyone here is happy. Let's go over the obvious one. If you're using a healthy build, get rid of Nerd Rage. You will not need Nerd Rage at all if you're doing a healthy build. I know this sounds obvious, but some people might not think it is. What I would recommend is putting the points from Nerd Rage into luck so you can get the stabilized perk. That is not in luck. If you put your points from Nerd Rage and put it into luck, you could very easily get one-man army, which is very nice for heavy gun builds, and it's very useful for a full health build in this case. Yes, I would try that 3 times. Yes, I had to look up what the perk's name was. Shut up and don't judge me. That's really the only difference in these builds. Yeah, I know it wasn't that many, but again, it really depends on what build you're running. Is it maybe you don't want to use only heavy guns, maybe you want to use rifles? Or maybe you can put those 3 points of the perception and have an auto or semi-auto rifle card. The choice is really yours. The only perks I recommend for both types of builds is Stabilized and Power User. Again, this is a power armor build so that we don't die instantly. Because again, our goal is to be invincible, right? So we want power armor, and we use Stabilized to get through armor, which is very nice. Traveling Pharmacy for obvious reasons. I use mutations a lot, so I would recommend Starch Genes, because those obviously save your mutations from Rat-Array. And you might need a lot of Rat-Array if you're doing a full health build. And even if you're not, you might need to get rid of some of your radiation, so that way you don't end up dying instantly every time you load in, if you're a bloody build. That was a mouthful of words, huh? But at the end of the day, what's good with the build if you only have one gun, right? End up running out of ammo almost immediately, you need a secondary option. But don't worry, I got you covered in that department too for both bloodied and full health builds. I'm gonna be saying that with a lot, ain't I? This part's super simple. For one, you can obviously go with whatever you want, but I would recommend a heavy gun because since you're gonna be in power armor, and you're gonna have stuff for heavy guns and power armor, you're gonna want heavy guns. I mean, it's simple as that, right? To fit the theme of unnecessary farming, you could go get the Foundation's Revenge by doing the Eviction Nose event, which is a random event again, which means you have to farm for it. And it's not the only event item again, which means that you have to farm it. Or if you don't want to farm, you could go get a Plasma Caster, which is what I did because I like the Plasma Caster, it's fun. If you're a full health build, use Crod, and if you're a bloody build, just use bloodied, I mean, it's in the name. Anti-armor is also good for both people, so it really is just your choice. But only real alpha chads use a Crod flamethrower, or an anti-armor flamethrower, or even a bloody flamethrower. You know, I mean, if you're not a chad, you will not use these guns, like myself. And yeah, that wraps it up. If you have these items, you're almost invincible. If you take damage, as long as you're doing damage, you'll not die. The only time you might die is if you swap weapons and, you know, you're in a situation where you're reloading, you might die then, but otherwise than that, you're good to go. And since you're now good to go, how about you go watch my other video, where I made a build that is kind of similar to this, because at the end of the day, flamer stuff is broken as hell. Or how about you go watch my most recent devlog on my other channel, Fearful 2. It's this channel, but better. And with that said, I hope you have a good day and stay safe.